Before this video ends, your skin is going to move on its own. Not a shiver, not a twitch. Thousands of tiny bumps rising out of nowhere. On your arms, your neck, maybe down your back. I can't tell you the exact moment it will happen, but when it does, remember this sentence. Your skin is trying to protect something you don't even have. Sounds impossible? Keep your eyes on your arms, because goosebumps are one of the strangest leftovers in the human body. They appear when you're cold. They appear when you're terrified. They even appear at a single powerful sentence spoken at the right moment. Cold, fear, and meaning. 3 completely different things, one identical reaction. Why would one switch answer all 3? The answer starts with a discovery that surprises almost everyone. Hiding under your skin, there are muscles you have never once felt in your entire life. Look at your forearm. Really look. Every single hair on it, every one, has its own private muscle. A muscle so small you could fit dozens on a grain of rice. Scientists call them erector pili. You have tens of thousands of them, and here's the wild part. You can't control a single one. You can wiggle your toes, raise an eyebrow, hold your breath. But these? No matter how hard you try, you cannot give them an order. They answer to someone else. When that hidden commander sends the signal, every tiny muscle yanks its hair upright, all at once, like an army snapping to attention. The skin around each hair puckers into a little mound. That's it. That's a goosebump. Thousands of micro-soldiers standing up in perfect formation. But armies don't stand up for no reason. Someone gives that order, and the reason it exists is something your body lost a long time ago. To understand the order, look at any furry animal in winter. A cat in the cold fluffs up and suddenly looks twice its size. That's not for style. When its fur stands upright, the coat traps a thick blanket of warm air right next to the skin. Instant insulation. The colder it gets, the fluffier the animal. It's a brilliant automatic winter jacket. Now, your body has the exact same system. Same tiny muscles, same alarm wire, same automatic response to cold. When the temperature drops, your hidden commander shouts, "Fluff up the fur!" and tens of thousands of little muscles obey instantly. The system works perfectly. Except you don't have fur, just thin, short hairs that trap almost nothing. The jacket is gone. The button that inflates it still works. Fine, that explains the cold, but here's what it doesn't explain. Why does the same button fire when you're scared in the dark? Back to that cat, but now facing a dog. Watch what happens. The back arches, the tail puffs, every hair on its body stands straight up, and the cat suddenly looks huge. Twice the animal it was a second ago. That's the second job of fur. In danger, look bigger. Make the enemy think twice before attacking. It's one of the oldest tricks in the animal world. And your body still carries it. When something frightens you, a shadow, a sudden noise, a face at the window, your alarm system fires, and among all the emergency commands, one ancient order still goes out. Make us bigger, raise the fur. Tens of thousands of tiny muscles pull. Your invisible coat puffs up, over skin that has nothing to puff. So, cold pushes the button. Fear pushes the button. 2 totally different situations, one identical response. Which raises the real question, what exactly is this button, and who's pressing it? Here's the secret. It's all one wire. Deep in your body runs an emergency network scientists call the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight line. It doesn't ask your permission. It reacts before you can think, to cold, to danger, to shock. And when it fires, it releases a chemical messenger, adrenaline, that hits dozens of targets at once. Heart? Beat faster. Lungs? open wide, eyes sharpen, and skin raise the fur. Goosebumps aren't their own event. They're one instrument in the body's full emergency orchestra, wired into the same alarm that once kept our kind alive through freezing nights and real predators. That's why cold and fear look identical on your skin. To the alarm system, both mean the same thing. Trouble is here, prepare the body. So far, so logical. But now comes the part that logic can't explain so easily. Sometimes this survival alarm goes off because of a sentence. It happens to almost everyone. A grandfather describes the moment he first held his newborn son. A speaker pauses, looks up, and says the one sentence the whole room came to hear. You suddenly remember someone you miss, their exact voice. And there it is, a wave of chills rolling up your arms and neck. No cold, no danger, just meaning. Scientists call it frisson, emotional goosebumps, and studies suggest around 2/3 of people feel it. Somehow, a moment of overwhelming significance passes through the same ancient alarm built for ice and predators. Your body meets a powerful truth the only way it knows how, as something enormous, something worth preparing for. Or, it turns out, is physical. Your skin responds to greatness. By now you might be thinking, fine, but in humans this whole system is useless, right? A dead button from a furrier past. That's exactly what scientists thought too, until 2020, when they looked closer and found something nobody expected. A team of researchers at Harvard put goosebumps under the microscope and found a hidden connection. The nerve that triggers your goosebumps doesn't stop at the tiny muscle. It runs deeper and wraps directly around the stem cells at the root of each hair, the very cells that decide when new hair grows. And here's the discovery. When cold keeps that nerve firing, goosebumps again and again, the constant signal wakes the stem cells. It tells the follicle, conditions are harsh, we need more coverage. Grow. In their experiments, sustained goosebump signaling pushed hair follicles into action. Read that again. Goosebumps aren't just raising the hair you have. They're part of the system that builds the hair you'll grow. The button everyone called useless has been quietly doing maintenance work this whole time. Your body doesn't keep dead switches. It keeps working ones, even when nobody's watching. Which brings us all the way back to the promise from the beginning. So, did it happen? Somewhere in these 8 minutes, did your skin rise? Maybe at the cat facing the dog. Maybe at the grandfather holding his son. If it did, you now know exactly what you felt. An ancient alarm, checking every system and finding you. Count the moments and tell me in the comments which second got you. Because every goosebump you'll ever feel is the same message. Your skin still remembers a harder world. A world of freezing nights, real dangers, and moments too big for words. The world changed. Your body kept the equipment, and as we now know, kept it working. So the next time those tiny bumps rise on your arms, don't brush them off. Pause. Read the message. Something enormous just passed by, cold or fear or meaning, and your whole body stood at attention for it. Stay curious and keep watching your skin. See you in the next one.